we have been talking today all about this Wear Your Old Band T-shirt to Work Day, which is in memory of the excellent Jonno, who we miss very dearly, but who has left such an incredible impression on the local music scene, not least through Soundcheck. And Jenni Smith, we've been talking all about Soundcheck over the past sort of hour or so. Got two musicians we're going to hear more from in just a moment. But if people want to see some of the musicians from Soundcheck, you do have a rather exciting gig coming up, don't you?
We do. We've teamed up with Dark Horse, who bring you Dark Horse Festival, which is, obviously, if anyone's ever been, an amazing festival on the Isle of Man, full of brilliant local talent. And they are helping us out by putting on this event for us in the Basement Bar in Douglas, below just pizza and pasta. And the headliners are going to be Bad Acid, who are also
fantastic group as well.
Great band, followed by some DJs. But before that, sort of the supporting acts, I suppose you could say, is going to be Soundcheck artists. We're going to have Spaghetti and Hoops, these guys that we've been listening to today, alongside Next Big Thing finalists Stella Rattle, and a couple of new bands as well who are going to make their debut at this gig, Skeptic, Stage Fright, and a few others. So that's on the 19th of April if people want to come along and watch, and it starts at 7 and will go on through the night.
So make sure you get there early. I mean, it is anyway the best day of the year. Not saying why, but it is. And that as well, it's those sort of opportunities for young bands are crucial, aren't they? To get to sort of, I don't know, cut the teeth as such on a sort of live circuit, but to be able to support an act who are already established is just great experience, isn't it?
Well, I think it's what we always like to do at Soundcheck is we like to make sure that, you know, a lot of people might look at us as an organisation and be like, oh, it's just a bunch of kids with instruments making noise. And it's not that, you know. A lot of them, regardless of age, are, in my eyes, professional musicians. And it's such a shame that it's so difficult to get them in front of an audience, apart from when it's festival season or TT. Because they can't get into the pubs and clubs, and people can be quite reluctant to letting that happen because they're worried about, obviously, underage drinking, which is why this is a perfect opportunity for them to get in front of a real audience and a different audience too, because they're going to be in a safe environment because there's going to be youth workers all over the place chaperoning, but also, you know, an audience that wouldn't necessarily be able to see them, and they're going to meet musicians who they wouldn't have met either, so I think it's going to work really well.
And you mentioned Dark Horse. You've been working with Dark Horse for the past few years, haven't you? And there's a Soundcheck stage. There was one there last year. Are you doing it again this year?
Yeah, of course we are. We love it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work, but it's it is a really fantastic event, and the young musicians have an absolutely great time. You know, and everybody gets stuck in as well. You know, it's not just us as youth workers that run the event. The young people run it themselves. It's a really great opportunity for them to cut their teeth as musicians, performers, but also from the technical side of things as well. So
definitely. So if anyone's listening and they want to get involved in Soundcheck in some way, or they've got little people around that they think would really benefit from it, how do they do that?
Well, they can come along to the gig on the 19th of April and have a chat with us because we'll all be there, and under 18s are welcome until 10 o'clock. Or they could get us through our Facebook page. That's just Soundcheck Isle of Man on Facebook, or just pop into any of our venues in Douglas, Kensington Road Youth Arts Centre, Mondays and Tuesdays 6 till 9. Ramsey, Waterloo Road Youth Centre 6 till 9 on a Monday as well. Or Castletown, which is a brand new venue for us, Castletown Football Club, 6 till 9 on a Wednesday. And they can just come down and have a chat.
Excellent. And as we said, it's not just about music. It's just a wonderful place for young people to communicate, really, and kind of find themselves if they're struggling in any way. Or, as you said, if you do just want to learn some drums and get involved, because music is good for the soul anyway, no matter who you are. We are joined by Annabel and Kizzie here, who've played individually for us. They're going to play something together now. But I'm just curious, first of all, you two, do you remember your very first gig? Ooh, Annabel, when was your very first gig?
Was it Peel Up or Erin? It was one of them. And I remember I got up on stage and my dad was there with me. And I was absolutely terrified. But I'd had... Oh, was it Erin? Yeah, okay. I'd had a lot of like support from Jenni and Paul, who was working at Soundcheck. And yeah, and it was so good though. Once I got off the stage, I was so like ecstatic. I was like, oh my God, I just did a new gig.
Kizzie, do you remember yours?
Well, I'd performed on my own and in choirs before, but not with Soundcheck. Not like it's a completely different experience. I remember our first gig was like we'd first formed as a band in 2015 in like April or something, and we'd been practicing for a bit, and we had like 2 songs. It was Poker Face and Brain Stew, and they weren't the best at the time. But I remember we'd worked on like stage presence, but when I got that I was terrified, and I stood like a pencil. I was just completely still and just singing into the mic, but it was crazy windy, and Megan, who's our bassist, her hat was flying everywhere, but it was really nice though because there were quite a lot of people there, and when I got off I was like, oh, that was really fun, and we kind of just got better from that point.
And now they're mentoring with Soundcheck, these 2 girls, which is just wonderful to hear. You're going to play something for us now together, which I've had a little bit of a sneak preview of because we've been testing the sort of levels in the background. This is something you have written. Tell us about it, Annabel. What is this?
Okay, so we recently just took part in a junior achievement program where you set up your own business, and one part of the competition was to do a presentation, and we decided that because our product was for kids, we were like, okay, we don't want a really boring presentation, where we just read off a slide and stuff. So we wrote a song for it, and this is it.
It's a parody.
Yeah, it's a parody
of Hey Soul Sister by Train.
Fantastic. Kizzie and Annabel from Spaghetti and the Hoops, take it away.
Product is slime. You can find our Instagram online. Works for stress and relaxation, and even entertainment for kids 6 and up.
It's sensory, a good toy for those with additional needs. Oh yeah, so that's our demographic. And then we chose our pricings and put slime in tubs.
Hey, we're Zeta, Kizzie, Jess, Taylor, and then Annabel, Megan, Hannah, who didn't do anything.
Hey, we're Zeta, Dan and David are our mentors, and they've helped us get this far today. Hey, hey.
Stuff went wrong. Label maker didn't work for one, and then too many people on a stool. We didn't let our business fall. We learned from them. Then things started to go well.
Our sales, they flew. Bank account balance reached 622. Most events led to a sellout, so we bring more stock with us now, 'cause everybody wants to buy our slime.
Hey, we're Zeta, Kizzie, Jess, Taylor, and then Annabel, Megan, Hannah, who didn't do anything.
Hey, we're Zeta, Dan and David are our mentors, and they've helped us get this far today.
89% gross profit, of course we're gonna wanna continue this both on island and online. Our Etsy shop will come with time. Eco-friendly packaging, return our tubs for recycling. Help us save the world one tub at a time. Hey, we're Zeta, Kizzie, Jess, Taylor, and then Annabel, Megan, Hannah, who didn't do anything.
Hey, we're Zeta, Dan and David are our mentors, and they've helped us get this far today.
Hey,
hey, thank you to JA, rolling in money
today. Hey,
hey, thank you to JA, rolling in money today.
That was amazing. Rolling in Money is just an inspired lyric. I have to ask, has Hannah heard this? And what does she think about it?
When we were rehearsing it, we made sure that she was in the room, and
she cried.
Yeah, she cried.
She wasn't very happy when she found out we were doing it today.
No.
Everyone's been singing at her.
Yeah.
Oh, bless her heart. So just again, you can hear it in the lyrics, but give it a big shout out. What is your JA product then, and where can people find it?
So our product is slime. You can find our Instagram. You can find our Instagram is Zeta_JA, and we also have another Instagram for ASMR videos, so like entertainment and like videos of slime, called Satis_JA.
Brilliant. And Kizzie, you can see your music online as well. You have a YouTube page, don't you?
I do have a YouTube page.
Tell us about it.
It's called Kizzie Bazaar. I didn't really have to be very inventive because my name's pretty strange.
Unique. We like that
unique.
word.
Yeah, it's unique. Yeah, I post weekly on that, and on my Instagram I try and post daily, but that's where most of I get it from. But I do videos with Annabel occasionally, and they're probably my most popular ones, if I'm being honest.
Oh, well, you're brilliant together, I have to say, and do try and get down to see Spaghetti and Hoops on the 19th of April at the Basement. And Jenny, they'll also be on some Soundcheck compact disc, won't they? You can hear them both, I think, on that last release, can't you?
They are on the previous album, yeah. Dare to Be Different, the album is called, and their song Lies is on there, though they were a lot younger then. Annabelle's also on it as a solo act with a bunch of other musicians from Soundcheck, some of which have moved on to go to university doing songwriting or production, etc. And we're hoping this next year there will be another Soundcheck album on its way, but more on that another time.
Excellent. We will catch up with you on that. But the whole point of this, Adrian, what we're talking about today is the fact that this charity, we're raising money for it through the Wear Your Old Band T-Shirt to Work Day in memory of our pal Jonno Gollo, aren't we? Just remind people about the details.
So on Friday, 22nd of March, I'm encouraging everyone to encourage their workplaces and their schools to take part in wearing their old or new band T-shirt to work and pay £1. And then you can go onto Facebook and see the event page, or if you search on Just Giving, you'll find the Jonno's Old Band T-Shirt Day 2019, where you can donate the money, and that will go on to Soundcheck to help them continue the good work that they do.
And I think Jonno would be supremely proud of what he's heard in here today, wouldn't he?
I think he would.
Yeah. Well, it's lovely to have you with us. Don't forget to get involved with that event. It's a wonderful thing to do. And just a last word from John, who messaged in to say, listening to the programme at Nobles Park Skate Park with my son Oliver. Yes, it is freezing. He's learning drums at Soundcheck. The house won't be the same after the drum kit moved in. Great charity, though. Thanks very much, John, for messaging in about that. And thank you all for being my guests this afternoon. It's been lovely to have you with us. If any of you missed our chat about the T-shirt day and also Soundcheck, then you can go online after 5 p.m. to listen back again. And there will be some lovely videos shared with you all as well. So check the Manx Radio portal too. We'll be back in just a moment.